Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial on the look that I'm wearing right now. It's kind of like a matte brown smoky eye. I wasn't really sure what I was going to film when I sat down to film today. This kind of just happened. I was actually meant to film quite a natural everyday look, which to be fair, I would definitely wear this every day. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing how I did this makeup look, then just keep watching. I'm gonna just start by kind of getting my hair out of my face because there's nothing worse than doing your makeup and having hair everywhere. So, especially this hair, like I've got so many extensions in right now. It's making me sweat. I've already done my brows. I did them off camera. I did them with the dip brow pomade, which is what I use every day anyway. And then I just carved them out with the Naked Skin concealer. They're actually a bit more dramatic than I wanted them to be, but I feel like brows make up their own mind. I can go in with the intent of doing a natural brow and then this happens almost every time. I'm gonna moisturise first anyway, just because my skin's feeling really dry. I've just got out of the shower. I don't know where my lip balm is. I am gonna do the eyes first, just because I'm gonna do kind of a brown matte smoky eye, I think. This was a spot and now it's a scar. And I didn't even pick it, like it's really annoying me. Is it ever gonna go? I'm gonna start by priming my eyes with a concealer. This is just the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer. I'm actually gonna use the viewfinder as a mirror, just because my mirror's down there and it's quite hard to see in it. And then I'm just gonna get any kind of dense, kind of fluffy brush and just blend that in. If you see this in the corner of the screen, I'm really sorry. I can't believe I've been filming for 15 minutes already. And I haven't even done anything yet. I feel like no one on YouTube talks about eye bogies. And I get them so much, like, do I get them like an unhealthy amount? I usually just get my brush and just kind of twist it. See? Can you see it? So disgusting. We all get them. And I'm just gonna take this Morphe contour palette. I'm gonna take the lightest shade just to set the concealer on my eyelids. Literally, I crease so easily. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm gonna take a damp beauty sponge and just add a bit of moisture because I don't know why I'm feeling like extra dry today. I have those days where my skin just hates me, and whenever I put products on top of it, when it's feeling like this, it always crumbles. I feel like this is my good brow today. This is my okay brow. Good brow. Okay brow. These are all Makeup Geek shadows. I'm gonna take just a random big fluffy brush and I'm gonna take a peach smoothie and I'm gonna use this as like my transition-y colour. I did this look the other day with a brown and I can't for the life of me remember what brown I used. No, I'm just gonna go in with I'm gonna stick with Makeup Geek and I'm gonna go with Cocoa Bear and I'm just gonna put this all over the lid. I'm packing this on quite heavily. And I'm going right up to the crease. I'm gonna take Frappe. I'm using quite a small blending brush just because I don't want to bring it up too high towards the eyebrow. I want to keep it near that crease. And I'm kind of bringing it out into a point. You can see, like, I'm not kind of rounding it off when I get to here. I'm kind of continuing and bringing it out just because I want it to look more cat-eyed, I guess. If you round the eyeshadow off, it pulls the eyes closer together. I'm going to go in with that original fluffy brush with more peach smoothie and I'm just going to use that to kind of go on top of the colours that I've put down. like I told you, I wasn't going to go very high up, but shit happens. I've gone back into Cocoa Bear and I'm just kind of packing on the colour a bit more onto the lid, just because all the blending can sometimes blend away some of the pigment of the original colour that you put down. I'm going to quickly just curl my eyelashes and put on a coat of mascara. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. I'm going to go in with my tried and tested favourite primer, the Smashbox Photo Finish. So I'm just going to kind of press that into the areas where I have pores and or texture. I'm going to go in with the Clinique one mixed in with the L'Oreal True Match. I'm going to do a mixture of these two. So Clinique one first. It comes with like this kind of applicator, so I'm literally just going to dot this all over my face. Not in any particular pattern or order, just sporadically. And then with the True Match, I'm gonna just squeeze it a little bit onto my sponge and then start blending them both together. I'm gonna go in with a Maybelline Fit Me actually, just because it's my favourite concealer. This is the shade 50, which is actually one of the lightest. And this is what I'm gonna use to map out that eyeshadow line. And because I do get really dry under eyes, I'm just gonna take some setting spray. This is the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day setting spray, and I'm literally just going to spray that directly onto my sponge. I'm going to use the Morphe contour palette again to set my under eyes. I'm going to use the banana shade in the middle, which is like a yellowy shade, and it just kind of brightens up the under eye area. So you just want to make sure that there's no creases in that concealer, because if you put a setting powder under your eye, when there's creases in your concealer, all you're doing is setting the crease, so that crease will be there all day. I'm going to go back in with the really small fluffy brush that we use, just because I've kind of messed up the inner bit of the eye with the concealer and stuff. So I'm just going to blend that in a kind of circle motion. I'm not sure what to do next. I'm gonna do bronzer again, the Morphe contour kit, and I'm gonna take this one here just as my bronzer. It's kind of the lightest shade that's in the palette, and I'm gonna just be using my Salon Services stippling brush. Say that 5 times fast. I'm just gonna put this on my temples. Oh wow, that is so patchy. What the hell? No thanks. Okay, so scrap that. I'm gonna use a different bronzer, and I'm gonna use an Eco Tools brush. That was a fail. I'm gonna take the Physicians Formula Happy Booster bronzer. It doesn't have a colour. I think it's just like a one set colour. You can get it from like Amazon and stuff. I always put a little bit of bronzer on my nose, just because the point of bronzer is to make you look a bit sun-kissed, right? And whenever I'm out in the sun, my nose is always the place that catches the sun first. So again, another trick for kind of making your face look a little bit thinner. Bronze down the edge of your jaw and then along the bottom. I'm gonna contour. I'm gonna take a little stippling brush and use that to contour. I'm gonna pass on the Morphe contour palette because that bronzer's just let me down and I'm not ready to forgive it right now. I'm gonna go with my NYX contour kit. It's very well loved, as you can see. And I'm gonna use this shade right here. Actually, no, I'm gonna mix these two together because it might be a little bit too dark for me right now. So what I do is I literally just tap it into my contour area. I don't know if you can see that. And then start circling. Oh yeah, it's very dark. FML. Can you see? This is how professional I am. You are sitting on a blender box. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's bake this contour. Back in with the Morphe contour palette. I'm gonna really push my brush in so there's a lot of fallout in these two colours. You can see, so then my brush is completely covered. I don't want to tap it because it'll go everywhere. But when your brush is completely covered, you can just go from the top of your ear and make a line with that powder. Go back in and do the same again. And go from the bottom. Just let that sit there for a minute. While that's baking, I'm gonna finish my lower lash line. So I'm gonna have to zoom you back in. So I'm gonna use all the colours that I used on my lid. First gonna take Cocoa Bear, the darkest colour, and I'm gonna run that under my lower lashes all the way in. Now I'm gonna take another brush if I can find one. I say if I can find one, I've got like 1,000 brushes in here. I'm gonna take Frappe and just use that to kind of blend it out. Because I do want it to be a little bit lower than it is, but I don't want to use too much of a dark colour. I'm gonna stick some lashes on. I'm gonna do it off camera just because I find it easier to do that, and I've shown in other tutorials how to put eyelashes on, so yeah, I'll be back in a mo. So I've added lashes and put some mascara on my lower lash line. I'm just gonna quickly dust away the bake under my contour. I'm gonna take Benefit Hoola on that same contour brush that I used before. I'm gonna just hollows of the cheek, down the edge of your jaw and on your jawline. And I'm just gonna go over all that with my sponge just to blend out any harsh lines. I'm gonna go with Rimmel's Santa Rose blush. I'm gonna take this really old, grimy, sleek contour palette. It looks like that. In the shade Light. Yeah, it used to be my favourite contour colour. I've gone through about 5 of these in my life. And the highlight shade is actually really pretty, so I'm gonna use that to highlight. And I'm just gonna take some on the side of that brush and just run it down the bridge of my nose. And dab the sweat off my tash and put some on the top of my lip, on my lip as well as just above. Yep. I'm also going to take the contour brush again while I'm here and just dab into that contour shade a little bit and run it underneath my bottom lip. Another trick just to make your lips look that little bit plumper. I'm just going to get a really small pencil brush and get some of that highlight and just put it on my inner corner. I'll do it, just kind of brightens up the eye a little bit. And I'm just going to spray some of that Slay All Day setting spray all over my face. Oh, by the way, the lashes that I'm wearing are the Ardell Wispies. I forgot to mention that. And for lips, I've just picked up these new Maybelline lipsticks. They are both matte ones, and one is in Nude Embrace and the other is in Clay Crush. They're both very similar, to be honest. I don't know if you can even see, but this one's a little bit lighter and this one's a little bit more terracotta-y. I think I'm gonna go with Nude Embrace. I'm gonna line my lips. I'm gonna use the Kylie Malibu lip liner. So I've coloured in a little bit of my lips, but not fully, because I do want some of the lighter coloured kind of shine through in the middle. So there we go, that is the finished makeup look. I hope you all like it.